Banjo, because she has another meeting she wants to go jump into right now. Well, we actually overshooting our time. Ms. Banjo, go ahead.
Okay, like we've all said, and we've all insinuated, it's important that our children take priority. Whatever we're doing, wherever we are, they must be a priority for us. And nothing should stop that. But also, it's not just listening when they want to talk, but creating, a habit of, an avenue, creating an avenue where you can actually get to talk on a regular basis. I know that you have cited very extreme situations, but if a parent is in touch with their child on a regular basis, then you won't get to a point where you have an extreme situation where you have to. So like every week I sit with my kids and I say, oh, how was your week? Anything difficult for you this week? Anything interesting? Anything confusing? Just a number of things. I ask them a number of questions, and I make that like on a weekly basis. Back in the day when I had, before COVID, I would take them out one by one. You know how young men like food? I would take them out, would go somewhere, go to a cafe or go for lunch somewhere, buy them lunch, and we'll gist about all things. Oh, your teacher, who's your best teacher? Is anybody troubling you in school? Are you being bullied? Those kind of things. And when there's food, guys will talk. So, we have to create an avenue for our children to be able to talk and for us to listen, without us getting into extreme situations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Banjo. And we wish you luck at your next meeting. We'll let you go now. Thank you so very much. Professor Sarumi, your part in short for us today on this program concerning the issue of listening.
Thank you, sir. I would just say that when parents call their child and that child refuses to respond, is basically this kind of behavior can damage parent-child bond and relationship, because communication and responsiveness, I believe, are very important for a healthy relationship, especially in a family. So ignoring a parent's call can create distance and then frustration. Therefore, it is important for parents to look at that context and be able to listen to what has not been said. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for that parting comment. Mrs. Shala, your parting comments or contributions on today's program on this.
Whereby the children will communicate with them. Communicate has to do with parties in and out. Then number two, I want to also encourage parents to ensure that they observe keenly their children at every point in time. So when you see something that is not in favor, and you see that something is wrong, you quickly nip it in the bud. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. And lastly, Mrs. Ayo Palike, yes, your parting gift for us by way of your contribution for this episode on listening.
Okay, so my parting thoughts would be that listening particularly, like every other style of communication, is an art, it's a science, it's an series of actions, and all of that. And so it's so multi-layered and sometimes often even complex, but it can be taught, it can be learned, it can be improved upon by practice, and just being present, and listening for me is a gateway to self-awareness for both parties. So it's something that if you see it as just not one item or one necessary action, but something that opens you up to a whole new world, literally, and that can impact for generations, then perhaps we'll take it a bit more seriously. with our children. It's something that we shouldn't just wait for children to come to us. Back in the day, you'd be like, you don't know because it didn't come to you. But now you have a prerogative. You have, a duty of care to actually, like you said, everybody has said, create an atmosphere that ensures that you are consistently communicating, you're consistently in one another's hearts, faces, minds. You're the first point of call at every point in time. So that way, God forbid anything, you would catch it very early on, even before the circumstances
stopped.
You would have, nipped it in the bud already. Yeah, so that'll be my parting.
Thank you so very much, Mrs. Ayo Opaleke. And that brings us to the conclusion of our program today. But before we go, if you missed the beginning of this program or any part of it, you can always go to our YouTube channels, Slow Parenting at Nostalgia Media. You can always find the recorded versions of this program. And you can always join us on our social media handles at Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, or Instagram. This doesn't need to end today, okay? Because if you had questions, incidentally, we have not created room for you to send us in your questions. Though, if you have joined by YouTube, you could leave your comments and your questions in the comment section, okay? You can be sure we will take them during the program. If you send us live comments or live questions during the program, we will take them, okay, in the course of the program. But if you didn't miss or you now, get to watch any of the past or previous editions, still leave your comments. We constantly check even past editions. We will respond. Or you can go to any of the social media handles if you have any questions or comments concerning any issues on parenting. It doesn't have to be about a particular episode. You can be sure we are there. You could be sure we would respond. You've seen all these very wonderful people. It's not just me. That they are primed to attend to your comments and your questions and your queries at any time. So thank you so very much. We are here again next week, Wednesday. It's still 7 o'clock. That's 7 p.m. West African time, including Nigeria, and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, US and Canada. You could use those time zones to configure the time in your own time zone to join us from any part of the world, either on YouTube or at Slow Parenting and Nostalgia Radio. Or if you really want to be part of this program via Zoom, just send us an email and we will consider it, okay? And then you will be a special guest on that particular episode. So thank you so very much for having been with us today, or as you follow us through any of our social media handles, or subscribe to help us get this program going, okay? And then let us know what you feel about the program and about your parenting issues. Whether you're a parent now, you're a grandparent, or you're just planning to become a parent, this program is for you. So thank you so very much. Do enjoy the rest of your week and then remain safe. Thank you and bye-bye.
Bye. Parenting is simplicity parenting. Simplicity parenting.
We want to discourage a particular behavior, right? We want to deter that behavior from occurring in the future. And so we apply.
So we are talking about simplicity. We also remember that your children want to be you. They're not talking about that person that's
Exceptions to every rule, and no matter the best or the most noble of mirroring that we do modeling, sometimes they veer off. I know that there are exceptions.
Focus on quality time rather than the other type of parenting where you